September 27th, 2020. A woman runs to her neighbor's house screaming for help. She's in tears, with a .45 caliber handgun still in her hands. What happened inside that bedroom would take 4 years and a jury to figure out. The call came in at 6:02 p.m. on September 27th, 2020. A woman's voice, fractured by tears, begged for help. Her neighbor had called on her behalf, his own voice shaking as he described the scene outside his door. When deputies arrived, they found Ashley Benefield standing in the driveway with a .45 caliber handgun still clutched in her hands. Inside the bedroom, Douglas Benefield lay suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was rushed to the hospital but could not be saved. Ashley claimed self-defense, but investigators immediately noticed inconsistencies in her account. To understand why investigators questioned Ashley's story, I have to go back 4 years, to the day she met Douglas Benefield. The couple's story began in August 2016 at a Republican Party charity event in Palm Beach. Ashley Byers was 24 years old, a ballet dancer working for Donald Trump's presidential campaign. Douglas Benefield was 53, a former Navy pilot and successful defense contractor who had lost his wife the previous year. They shared political views and a mutual interest in firearms. Their connection was immediate. Just 13 days after meeting, they married in a private Charleston ceremony. The speed shocked family and friends. Douglas's 15-year-old daughter, Ava, was not even invited to the wedding. After Ashley moved into Douglas's home, her relationship with stepdaughter Ava deteriorated rapidly. Ava was still grieving her mother's sudden death from an undiagnosed heart condition. She had found her mother unresponsive after returning from school. Learning her father had married a woman only 9 years older than herself became another painful blow. Ashley made little effort to become a trusted adult in Ava's life. The household became a battleground of constant conflicts. Douglas found himself trapped between his grieving daughter and his new wife, unsure how to keep the peace. Douglas invested heavily in Ashley's dream of founding a ballet company. He poured over $100,000 into the American National Ballet in Charleston. Combining his business experience with her artistic vision, they announced a nationwide search for dancers. But when auditions began in summer 2017, Ashley never appeared. Pregnant and citing complications, she withdrew from the project entirely. Douglas struggled alone to manage the organization. Lawsuits from dismissed dancers followed. The company collapsed within months. Ashley publicly distanced herself, blaming Douglas and the new leadership for destroying her vision. Douglas returned home one evening to find a 4-page letter from Ashley. She accused him of being controlling, possessive, and emotionally manipulative. She referenced the incident where he fired a shot into the ceiling, claiming she began fearing for her safety after that moment. At the letter's end, she announced she was leaving. Despite the separation, Douglas attempted reconciliation by sending a birthday gift of tea. Ashley responded by accusing him of poisoning her. Authorities investigated and found no evidence to support the allegation. The accusations marked the beginning of a relentless campaign against him. Ashley checked into a Tampa hospital 3 weeks before her due date, admitting herself under an alias. She claimed her pregnancy had been affected by heavy metal poisoning from Douglas. She sent hair samples to a laboratory, which showed elevated metal levels but could not determine the source. Doctors performed a cesarean section, and she gave birth to a healthy daughter. Ashley continued insisting the child might have been affected. She also made additional allegations, claiming Douglas had assaulted her, kept her against her will, and continued harassing her from hundreds of miles away. Ashley contacted the Florida Department of Children and Families with new accusations involving Douglas's daughter, Ava. An investigation was opened, and everyone involved was interviewed. Douglas voluntarily underwent a comprehensive psychological evaluation. The examining specialist found no signs of mental illness or aggressive tendencies, concluding Douglas was mentally healthy. Authorities found no grounds to file any charges. Ashley responded with another letter, demanding Douglas never contact her again. She threatened to involve law enforcement if he made further attempts to reconnect. Douglas finally accepted that reconciliation was impossible. In summer 2018, Douglas and Ashley faced each other in a Bradenton courtroom. Douglas sought visitation rights with his newborn daughter. Ashley requested all contact be restricted. Judge Diana Moreland reviewed the evidence, including Ashley's laboratory reports. She found the poisoning claims insufficient and lacking credibility. The court granted Douglas visitation. Days later, Ashley unexpectedly appeared calm and cooperative, placing their daughter in his arms. For nearly a year, they co-parented peacefully. But in August 2019, Douglas discovered Ashley wearing a wedding ring. She was involved with another man. Douglas filed for divorce in November 2019. Ashley responded with fresh allegations, accusing him of inappropriate behavior involving their young daughter. Authorities investigated and again found no evidence. In March 2020, Douglas expressed concern about Ashley's mental health in a letter to the sheriff's office. Then, unexpectedly, he announced they were reconciling and planning to move to Maryland as a family. Friends were confused but hopeful. On September 27, 2020, they were packing for the move. Ashley's mother took the granddaughter to a park, leaving Ashley and Douglas alone. That evening, 3 gunshots ended Douglas's life. Ashley claimed Douglas had become enraged when she said the move would happen without him. She said he grabbed her, blocked her exit, and advanced toward her. She fired in self-defense, but investigators found Douglas unarmed with gunshot wounds to his leg, chest, and right arm. 4 spent shell casings were recovered. In July 2024, a jury convicted Ashley of manslaughter with a firearm. She received 20 years in prison, followed by 10 years probation. Her appeal continues, but she maintains she acted in self-defense. The physical evidence told a different story.